We're going to start with ingredients for exfoliation, okay, and talk about the difference between mechanical exfoliation and chemical exfoliation, okay. As far as mechanical exfoliation goes, trying to see what it says. Okay, so mechanical exfoliation. A mechanical exfoliation also refers to as physical. So I would write down mechanical exfoliation and know that that is a physical form of exfoliation. It's something that you're physically doing with your hands or with the machine. And or it could be an ingredient in your product that provides a physical exfoliation. Like for you guys, we have the micro honey exfoliating cleanser. And when you use that, you can feel the little beads in that cleanser. That is our mechanical exfoliation. Okay, so you need to know and maybe write down that mechanical exfoliants, they polish away dead skin, just like those little beads in that cleanser does for your client's skin. So it polishes away the dead skin from the skin surface. So usually you're going to be gently massaging specific ingredients on the skin to loosen the dead surface skin cells, so that they can be sloughed away. Examples of mechanical exfoliants that you may find in your products: beeswax, just like the micro honey. It could be a manufacturer may even put ground nuts or ground seeds in their ingredient. Jojoba beads, any kind of bead. Um, Different types of crystals. Magnesium crystals is the example that the text gives us. Oatmeal is also in that mechanical exfoliant family, and rice bran. Okay. So again, mechanical is physical. If we're talking about a machine, microderm is a mechanical exfoliant. Okay. Hydroderm is also a mechanical exfoliant. Hydroderm is actually dual. It's physical, and also we're using a solution that's providing a chemical in some cases. So going on to chemical exfoliants. So chemical exfoliants, they are chemical agents. You need to write down that it is a chemical agent, okay, used to dissolve dead skin. So mechanical polishes it away. Chemical exfoliants dissolves dead skin, okay, on the surface of the skin. So your chemical exfoliants, they basically dissolve that intercellular matrix, that glue that holds our skin cells together. That glue that holds our skin cells together, I'm gonna put it in the chat, are called desmosomes. You need to know this. I'm gonna put glue in parentheses. Okay. Maybe my TV is a little bit too loud in the background. I can't find the remote. Maybe I'm sitting on it. Okay, so as far as so I've given you guys information about chemical exfoliants. On the slide, you do see enzymes with a bullet next to it. So we're going to start with enzymes. I would write down that enzymes are a chemical exfoliant. You guys mostly have all worked with an enzyme in some capacity. We have the different skin scripts enzymes, and we also have a few enzymes from Circadia. We have ones that we mix together, like the cocoa, the zymase, and the raspberry. We also have the caviar lime enzyme from Circadia, which works really well on the skin. We also have various enzymes from skin scripts. So the pineapple enzyme, papaya enzyme, uh, pomegranate enzyme, passion fruit. Okay. So what enzymes do, you need to write down that they give a gentle exfoliation. So they're not going to be as strong as a chemical peel or a chemical exfoliation like an alpha or beta hydroxy acid. trying to find my note. Just feel. Okay. As far as enzymes go, if you want to write down some examples, I'm going to give you. Actually, you do need to know these. I'm gonna type them in the chat, so that when you see these terms, you'll know, hey, that's a XYZ enzyme, and you may also see these on your you may also see these on your test. So as far as enzymes, the first one is bromelain. Bromelain is made from pineapples, so you need to know that. We also have papain, which is made from papaya. Okay. We also have pumpkin. Pumpkin can be used, is a lot of times used for in an enzyme treatment. And also we have pancreatine, which is derived from a beef byproduct. So an animal source. Okay. So those are the common enzymes, but again, there may be enzymes that are derived from a lot of different fruits. So a company like Skin Scripts, they have blueberry, cherry, papaya, pomegranate, just a bunch, the whole 9 yards. Okay. Um, Also, so enzymes are going to be provide that gentle exfoliation. They're going to dissolve keratin proteins within the dead skin cells on the surface of the skin to make the skin softer and smoother. And also, enzymes help to maintain hydration levels in the epidermis. So I would also jot that down too. Is my TV too loud in the back? Because it's going to drive me crazy. Can y'all hear that? Okay, good. Okay. So I'm like, Lord, I need to turn it down. I thought I did, but I can hear it. Okay, cool. All right, so moving forward, on to other chemical exfoliants. So our ingredients in exfoliation. So we have our chemical exfoliation, which we've had conversations about these. Some of you guys have performed different chemical exfoliations. Some of you guys have learned and watched the Circadia U about the different pills that they offer. So for chemical exfoliants, so again, the chemical exfoliants are going to dissolve that intercellular glue, those desmosomes that I share with you guys in the chat. So if you want to know how to spell it, go over to the chat. So the first one is alpha hydroxy acids. Okay. So your alpha hydroxy acids, you might want to label or put that they are abbreviated by the acronym AHA. So those are your AHAs. And they are naturally occurring they are naturally occurring and derived from fruits, different nut sources, milk, and also sugar. So those are the sources that the AHAs come from. Today, some AHAs may also be synthetically produced. So not only are they derived from natural sources, but alpha hydroxy acids can also be made in a lab. I want you to write down the fact that all of your AHAs are going to be water soluble. That's going to be so important for you to know. They are water soluble. Your AHAs are water soluble. So what that means is they're going to be attracted to oil. They are going to work well for aging skin. They're going to work well for pigmentation issues. They're going to work well with promoting hydration because they are water soluble. Okay. They're also going to brighten the skin. They're going to smooth the surface. They're going to aid in cell turnover. They're going to help with collagen production. Okay. Examples of AHAs: I'm going to put them in the chat. Also, too, you can find these examples on page 217 in your textbook. So all I'm doing is simply reading from the text. So we have citric acid, which comes from oranges and lemons. If you have a client that's allergic to oranges and lemons, no citric acid. Okay. We also have glycolic acid. And again, you need to know which family the different acids belong to. Glycolic acid comes from sugarcane. Okay. Lactic acid sounds like lactose, so it comes from milk. Malic acid comes from apples. Mandelic acid is derived from bitter almonds or almonds. And then we have tartaric acid, and these are just a few that the textbook talks about. Tartaric acid comes from grapes. Okay. It's very important to understand how alpha hydroxy acids work in the skin. Also, how they deeply penetrate the amount, and the amount of exfoliation that they provide depends on the molecular size. So it depends on the size of the molecule of the alpha hydroxy acids that you're going to use. The one alpha hydroxy acid that has the smallest molecule that's going to work the best or penetrate the most is going to be glycolic acid. So I will make that note next to that. Glycolic acid has the smallest molecule. It's going to penetrate the skin the most. It's probably going to also be the strongest since it penetrates the most. So glycolic acid is considered to be the most active of all of the AHAs. Your products that do have glycolic acid in them, you want to use them with caution since it has the smallest molecule size, penetrates the most, and is the strongest. So use caution. As far as lactic acid goes, it's one of the most popular acids that's in the AHA family. It does have a larger molecular structure, but since the molecule is so strong, it typically just sits on the skin. So it makes it less irritating because it doesn't penetrate as much. It makes it less irritating and also gentler on the skin. And it has its own unique properties to enable moisture. So it helps with the moisture. You also may want to write down that lactic acid is going to help with the barrier function of the skin. Lactic acid helps with barrier function. Then we have mandelic acid. Mandelic acid also, it has the largest molecular structure of all of them, and it's also the most gentle acid. Your mandelic acid is going to help with overall skin tone, so I would definitely write that down. You'll see that on your test. It helps with skin tone, helps to improve texture. It's also one of the AHAs that's good with helping oily and problematic skin. All the other AHAs are going to typically work well for, like I said, texture, skin tone, hydration, or moisture. But mandelic is also going to be good. It's the one AHA that's good for oily and problematic skin. It also has the mandelic acid. You might want to also write down that it has a natural antibacterial property and a natural sebum or oil regulating property in it. Okay. Then we have beta hydroxy acid. There's really only one that we find in skincare, and that is your salicylic acid. I do recommend that you practice saying these words if you have trouble pronouncing them. So there's only one that we typically use in skincare, and that is salicylic acid. Okay. It's the most common beta hydroxy acid found in skincare products. And it works just like the AHA, so it does also dissolve those desmosomes within the skin and sloughs off the skin by dissolving those desmosomes. I do want you to write down that your beta hydroxy acids are going to be oil soluble. So what that means is it's going to work better for your oily or your acneic or problematic skin types. So someone that's suffering from acneic skin or congested skin, they're going to have a better response with the beta hydroxy acid as opposed to an alpha hydroxy acid, um, like glycolic. Okay. Examples of beta hydroxy acids, what it's derived from. It is derived from, actually, I think this one is derived from, it gives us the example of willow bark and meadowsweet. What else? Your beta hydroxy acids are also, they have a very small molecule as well. So how the beta hydroxy acids work is when you apply them to the skin, it actually goes into the pores. That's why it's oil soluble. So it penetrates the pores and it basically cuts through that oil that's in the pores. Okay. And then retinol is up here. We talked about retinol, I believe, last week, but retinol is a vitamin A derivative. Retinol, it says retinol does not make you or make your clients immediately turn red or cause irritation. However, high concentrations of retinol can, make your clients irritable. So just remember that retinol does compound. So the more you use it, the stronger it will become. And a lot of times you're going to be using retinols in your skincare treatment room to either lighten and brighten the skin or just to simply promote the cell turnover. You may also use retinols as a pre-treatment as well. The text tells us that anytime we're using applying a chemical peel to someone's skin, we need to pre-treat them for at least 4 to 6 weeks. A lot of times people use retinols or either skin brighteners or lighteners for that pre-treatment. And then the next topic that the text goes into are your lighteners and brighteners. A lot of times they are derived from botanical sources. Your lighteners and brighteners are going to be used to improve discoloration in the skin. And a popular lightener or brightener that was once used in skincare was this product at the bottom, that last bullet, called hydroquinone. Hydroquinone is very effective for skin lightening, but we can, over the counter you can only get up to a certain concentration, like up to 2%. Anything higher than 2% has to be prescribed by a doctor. Lately, hydroquinone has been getting a bad rep, and so a lot of skincare companies have taken that out of their formulation because over time, hydroquinone can have a negative effect on the skin as opposed to a positive effect. As far as healing, nutrition healing, and rejuvenation, um, these ingredients in your products are usually going to be performance ingredients. They're going to be used to help with hydration, um, help with delivering antioxidants to the skin. So for your products that fall in this category, they're usually going to be applied topically, okay, and they're going to be providing vital nutrients to help heal and repair the skin or to hydrate the skin. Okay. Anytime you see the word humectant, humectant means that it's going to be water attracting. So it's going to help with hydration or to lock water into the skin, or it's going to be used to reduce dehydration. Anytime a product is saying that, hey, we're filled or packed with antioxidants, Just know that we're going to use antioxidants on all skin types. All skin types can benefit from antioxidants and also all skin conditions. And your antioxidants are going to include different vitamins, amino acids, which are proteins, different botanicals, and other natural sources. And what antioxidants do is help to protect the skin from free radicals and damage from environmental sources like pollution, stress, ultraviolet rays, light waves from your LED screens on your smartphones or your computers. Um, and so when applied topically, your antioxidants, they basically neutralize those free radicals. So it gives us that extra added layer of protection that we need from environmental factors that we're faced with every day. Common vitamins, I would definitely jot down these vitamins that are used in skincare. Um, Vitamin A is a potent antioxidant ingredient. Vitamin A is again mostly it's a lightening and brightening vitamin, but it also is found in your retinols. Um, but it is a vitamin that's derived from a natural source. Vitamin A slows down the signs of aging, and it also protects against UV damage. Um, so I already talked about retinols and retinoids for vitamin A. For vitamin C, it's been referred by some experts as an anti-aging superstar. So it's potent. Um, it's going to help to lighten and brighten the skin. Um, Vitamin C also helps to heal the skin. What else? That's mainly it. Ascorbic acid is the most soluble, most active form of vitamin C, just so you know. Next up, vitamin E. Vitamin E is a potent antioxidant. The main function of vitamin E is to protect against ultraviolet rays. It also strengthens the skin's natural barrier. So if you know that your client is having problems with the barrier function, any product that has vitamin E in it is going to help with that. Vitamin E also helps to heal and repair your tissue, and also prevents moisture loss. So that's what vitamin E does. Your B vitamins, your B vitamins are going to, like vitamin B5 is going to help to hydrate, soothe, and heal your skin, and it's also going to help with regeneration. Vitamin B3 helps to protect your barrier function. So those are the common two B vitamins, vitamin B5 and vitamin B3. And then vitamin K helps with blood clotting. So it helps with healing wounds and bruises. Vitamin K also reduces swelling. If you guys have ever heard of arnica is a product that helps get rid of bruises, swelling, and things like that. So it's made of, it has vitamin K in it. Other things that other ingredients you'll find in your products are minerals. Again, those are derived from natural sources, from the ground, from the earth. Peptides are mainly proteins. Your ceramides are in the lipid family, so they're going to be oil based. Okay. So again, all of these things are used to restore moisture, to maintain a healthy balance of oil and water within the skin, or to help our 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 skin cells basically be healthy, or provide some sort of rejuvenation. Um, there's there are such thing as different healing botanicals. So some of these botanicals that we use are healing. So I'm going to give you some examples of those healing botanicals. Chamomile is a healing botanical. Rose, aloe vera is also healing. They all have healing properties. Also, calendula um, has a healing property. Okay. As far as plant stem cells, those are naturally occurring in the botanicals that we use. They're usually extracted from the meristems of the plant. So it's extracted from the rejuvenation centers of the plant. Um, they are basically used to, again, protect skin stem cells, protect against UV exposure. They help to neutralize free radicals. They also help to reduce or reverse the signs of aging. So that's what plant stem cells do. Okay. And we talked about probiotics when we first started. So again, um, probiotics are applied topically. They are considered to be one of the most or like one of the latest beauty breakthroughs, especially for skin that's prone to acne or rosacea or eczema. Um, and your probiotics are going to um, help with the immune function of your cells. Okay, they'll help with the immune function of your cells. Also, your probiotics are going to help balance healthy bacteria that's on the skin. Okay. You guys may hear or see the term polyglucans and beta glucans. Um, they fall up under the health and nutrition and rejuvenation umbrella. And basically, these two words, these two terms, when you see them, just know that they help with the skin's defense mechanisms. And also, they help with cell metabolism. So it helps to defend your skin and also helps you, they help your cells turn over. Glycoproteins, glycoproteins, if you hear this term, they help to enhance the moisture content of the skin. They also work with the immune response of the skin, and they also help with cellular turnover as well. Growth factors are protein ingredients that also regulate cellular growth and promote skin tissue repair. So a lot of times you'll hear manufacturers saying, hey, our product has XYZ growth factors or it's filled with growth factors. And again, all they do is help the cellular growth of the skin, promote skin tissue repair and regeneration. Okay. Next up is sunscreen. Okay, sunscreen. So our sunscreen they can fall in two categories. Your sunscreen may be chemical or it may be physical, maybe a chemical or physical sunscreen. Ooh, it's a pretty long chapter. As far as chemical sunscreens and how they work, I think I talked about this when we had the circadian training, but in case you didn't attend that training or haven't gotten it yet, your chemical sunscreens, your sunscreens in general are a performance ingredient, and the purpose of sunscreen is to block or to help prevent UV radiation from harming the skin. Also they help to reduce the risk of cancer. So we have chemical sunscreens. So chemical sunscreens, they they are basically organic compounds that work by absorbing absorbing the UV rays and changing them into heat or converting them into heat and allowing the skin to release them. So chemical sunscreens work in a chemical way. They allow your body or your skin to absorb the sun rays. And once they're absorbed into the skin, that sunscreen converts them into heat and releases that heat back from the skin, back through the skin. Caution should be used with chemical sunscreens because these tend to be more irritating than physical sunscreens. Okay. Um, your chemical sunscreens have ingredients like oxybenzone in them. And I'm going to give you page number 227 to go and grab these ingredients, to take a look at these ingredients. Avobenzone is also a chemical ingredient in your chemical sunscreen. Octix- oct- Octizonate, it's a hard word to say, is also found in your chemical sunscreen. Also, homosalate is found in your chemical sunscreens. So again, I'm going to refer you guys to page 227 if you want to just be able to recognize or identify those ingredients in your chemical sunscreens. Then we have physical sunscreens. Your physical sunscreens work differently than chemical sunscreens. Physical sunscreens go on your skin and literally create a physical barrier. They create a physical block. They tend to look white or chalky on the skin. A lot of times they're called mineral sunscreens. Okay. And what they do and how they work is they reflect the UV rays, or they make the UV rays scatter and prevent them from penetrating the skin. Okay. Your physical sunscreens are going to be better for your clients that have sensitive or reactive skin, such as acne or rosacea or eczema. Common ingredients in your physical sunscreen are going to be zinc oxide or titanium dioxide. Those are the two common physical ingredients. Uh, Two common ingredients in your physical sunscreen. Any questions about sunscreens? Okay. All right. We have 7 minutes left, so I'm gonna just allocate the last 7 minutes for us to regurgitate some things that you learned today, something new that you learned, a new vocabulary word or a new concept that you learned from today, and then next week we will go into the last part of the chapter, which talks about um, ingredients for the various skin types and different skincare products. So I'll save that for next week. All right, so as we wrap up, I guess you guys can give us one thing that you understand or understood from today or learned about today. And I'm going to stop sharing here. This is we just ended part 2 of chapter 6. Chapter 6 is the one of the longest chapters in our text because, again, as an esthetician, that's what we work with. We work with products and ingredients, and we need to know how these ingredients work in our products.